are standing for true justice and true righteousness. So read it again.
Remember the days of old. Consider these the years of many generations.
The Most High said, remember the days of old. Remember the days of old in your true history. Because your true history goes back to the great people of the Bible. King David, King Solomon, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel. The people of the Bible are you. You're not just niggas and spicks and border jumpers. But you're the chosen people of God. Right. And nationality does matter. We're going to show you that out of the Bible. Your identity does matter. Why do you think Christ said you're lost? It said, remember the days of old and consider the generations. Why? Because if you look at what happened to us in the past, you find out we were disobedient to the commandments of God. We were disobedient to the Bible. We were disobedient to the Most High. And that's why you're in these conditions today. So remember the days of old. Read.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee the elders, and they will tell thee.
It says ask your fathers. But are your fathers telling you your identity? Are your forefathers telling you your true nationality and who you are? No, they're telling you you're Latino, you're black. Black is a color. That's not even a nationality. Black is a color on a color chart. And you're not African. You so-called Negroes don't look and don't act like the Africans. Your history goes before them. So we talk about the Hispanics too. You think you're all proud because you speak Spanish. The Spaniards, the conquistadors conquered you. What the hell are you proud about? To the white man, all you are is just a Spanish-speaking nigga. They don't give a damn. And you should be waking up and realizing that when they kill you on the border. And this is why you got to wake the hell up to who you are. You got to wake up, man. We're not these things these nations put on us. Read.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
And God divided the nations. God divided the nations on up, one by one. But we're going to find out something. If you remember the days of old, check this out. Read.
When he separated the sons of Adam.
All the children of Adam were separated. So that destroys that lie. Oh, we're all sons of Adam. God loves everybody. God separated the sons. He separated the sons, and guess what? He chose you above all the people of the earth. He chose you above all the nations of the earth. And that's okay. That's okay. They're going to get a reward, but your reward is greater. Read.
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
So all the nations had to wait for you. All the nations had to wait for you, so-called Negroes and Mexicans. And this is what happened in the ancient days. So you're talking about it's not important. Hell yeah, it's important. It's important to know that you so-called Negroes are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of. That you so-called Mexicans, you are the chosen children of Israel. That's important. Now you can empower your children and your kids and teach them what? That you're not just niggas and spicks, but you're the chosen people of God. And if you come back to righteousness, the Most High is going to raise you back up to be those people. Read on, read.
For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
It says Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. You children of Israel are the lot of his inheritance. God chose you. Go to Deuteronomy, what is it, 7 and 6? Read Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. And the Lord did
7 and 6.
7 and verse 6.
What thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
And that's what the Most High is doing. The Most High God is bringing the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes and Hispanics, back to being holy people. Because right now the only holy thing there on you is your pockets and your socks. Because we haven't been taught the commandments of God. We haven't been taught not to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, and celebrate Christmas and Halloween. That's not even in the Bible. What the hell is that? Right. Because these religions want to keep teaching you lies so you can keep coming and giving them money. It's madness. Read.
The Lord, thy God, had chosen thee.
He says what?
Had chosen thee.
He says God chose you. So yes, God has a favorite people. You so-called Negroes and Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. Why do you think, you gotta understand, he chose you. Why do you think your ass whooping is the hardest? Because you are the sons of God. Your butt whooping, the butt whooping and the ass whooping of slavery, it's been hard on you. That's why you're in the ghettos and the slums. That's why you're still being shot down in 2016. Because you're the chosen people. You're his sons. And he wants you to get it right. Read.
To be a special people unto himself.
It says you are a special people. Not rappers and actors and just shaking your ass on TV. That don't make you special. What makes you special is returning to righteousness. What the hell is rappers and crack and shaking your ass done for you? What is dope done for you? Nothing. But destroyed you. It's constantly destroying our people. Religion has destroyed you. Christianity has destroyed you. Go to get Baruch 4:1. Read.
Above all people.
It says we're above what?
All people.
God said you're above all people. The problem is that we're not acting like we're above all people. That's the problem. You are the chosen people of God, but you act like niggas. You're not niggas, but you act like them. Because a nigga's ignorant, foolish, dumb, deaf, blind. You're not a spick, but guess what? You act like it. So we're out here to wake you up to the Bible. That the Bible's not a comic book. The Bible is not a book of religion. The Bible is a book of laws, statutes, and commandments. And when you get your act together, the Most High will increase you. He will increase your mind, your spirit, your body, your family, your nation. But we got to get it together. Read. Baruch 4:1.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. This is the book of the commandment of God and the law that endureth forever.
The Bible is a book of religion, a book of the Baptist, the Pentecost, the Seventh-day Adventist. It's a book of what?
The book of the law that endureth forever.
The Bible is a book of laws. So if your pastor told you the laws of God are done away with, they're a damn lie. See? The Bible is showing us. Read it again.
Baruch chapter 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of God, the law that endureth forever.
It says the law endureth forever. The laws ain't done away with. You weren't supposed to eat pork and shrimp and crab and lobster. You weren't supposed to celebrate Halloween. The hell's your problem? These fake-ass pastors and preachers got y'all lost. They got you out of your mind. Read.
All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
It says such as leave it shall die. And you're dead. You're dead. The Most High said, I want you to say where you at. The Most High said, you're a holy people. Read it again from where you left off.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Well, what made us above all people? What made us above all people? The law, statutes, and commandments of God. The righteousness of God made us above all people. And that's why we out here screaming, because you so-called Negroes and Mexicans, you're supposed to be above, not beneath. We're the laughing stock of the nations. Go to Deuteronomy 4 verse 6. Read where you at.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
And that's why we're below. You're supposed to be above all people. You so-called Negroes and Mexicans. God chose you as a holy nation. But what's happening? Now you're on the beneath. You're being mocked. Your kids are walking around half naked, having sex at damn 12 and 13. Why? Because you're destroyed for knowledge. You're running around like a damn animal. Why? Because America, that's what they taught us. They taught you to be hoes and niggas and spits instead of the chosen kings and priests that you are. Read it again.
For my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge.
You got to stop rejecting the knowledge of the Most High. If you just sat down and read your Bible, you'll find out we've been taught many lies. There's no such thing as Kris Kringle in the Bible. Bunnies don't lay eggs. Halloween is a demonic holiday. Right? What else? What else are some of these false holidays? Thanksgiving. Why the hell would you be a black or Hispanic and celebrate Thanksgiving? You sick. It's disgusting. Why the hell would you be black or Hispanic and celebrate Thanksgiving? You gotta be sick out of your damn mind. The Most High said you're a holy people, but you're not acting like it. You celebrate and you worship everything the so-called white man gave you. Your people were slaughtered on Thanksgiving. What the hell is your problem? You slave-ass niggas, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
That's right.
Read it again. Hosea 4:6.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee.
He said we were rejected. We were rejected being the holy people. We were rejected being the people of God. You're going to move or you're going to keep moving slow. Go to Deuteronomy 4:6. We were rejected because we disobeyed the commandments of God. And that's why you're in the ghettos and the slums and your only survival is a damn blunt. You think every day you're going to only make it if you got a damn blunt and a 40. That's what America told you.
That's right.
And you can't survive without getting high, getting blown. That's how damn weak-minded you are. But you listen to the enemy. What did you think the enemy was going to do to you? You think he was going to teach your kids how to be great? You think he was going to teach you how to be kings and queens? Read Deuteronomy 4 and 6. 4 and 5. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye...
Read Deuteronomy 4, verse 5.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord thy God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
The Most High said he taught us statutes and judgments. Well, why has the black man and Hispanic man been reduced to what we are today? Because we don't have no structure. We don't have no commandments and laws. We got the white man laws. We got America's laws. And we know where America will take us. They'll have your kids damn twerking. Your little boys twerking like girls. Like little faggots and lesbians. And you sit there and you let it happen. You got your boys bending over getting banged in the ass. And you don't got nothing to say about it. It's disgusting. And that's why the Most High is going to destroy you with America if you don't get your act together. You don't got to be destroyed, man. You don't got to be trodden down. But we are, because we're not obeying the commandments of God. He said he taught us laws. He taught us commandments. What the church is teaching us. Oh, we don't need to keep laws. The churches are trying to teach you, you don't need to keep the commandments. But the Bible says something else. Read.
That ye should do so in the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
We were supposed to keep the commandments of God. You got moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, and ceremonial laws. I bet you your pastor ain't telling you that. You were supposed to keep the moral laws. You running around singing all these songs about adultery, how you gotta sleep with this man's woman. That's against the laws of God, you filthy nigga. It's against the laws of God. You happy because you sleep with another man's woman and then want to kill them when they do it to you. What do you think your daughters are being raised with? Your daughters are being raised to be hoes because you singing about it, you dancing to it. You pissing on your own generations. You're pissing on your own children. Why? Because you got no statutes. You got no laws. Read it again.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom.
It said this is our what?
This is your wisdom.
The laws were supposed to be your wisdom. The laws were supposed to be your statutes, your guidance. But we don't have none. We don't got no morals. You know your morals are? I gotta get high and get money. That's your morals. You'll work your damn whole life just to be a slave. And you'll die happy because you got a few dollars in your pocket. That's a slave. You might not be a slave totally physically, but you are spiritually. Read where you at. Where you at?
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 1. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments.
That's what's supposed to happen. You were supposed to keep the laws of God. But Pastor Give Me More Money said what? No, the laws are done away with. Pastor Rape Your Little Boy said what? Oh, you just give me tights. How's the law done away with when you want tights? What the hell? That don't even make sense. You want alms and offerings, but the law's done away with? That's madness. This is the problem with our people, man. You don't think. You don't think. So the laws were supposed to bring us to life. And that's why we're hurting. Where are you at? Read.
Verse 2. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee.
Man, read that again.
For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee.
The laws were going to bring you life. They were going to bring you to life in long days.
Right.
You don't want to know why you're being shot down in the hood? Because you don't got no laws of God. Your laws is the white man's laws, America laws. How has that done for you? How far has that taken your people? It has not took us anywhere as a nation. You get a few dollars, but guess what? Your children are being murdered. Our people are being murdered on the border. Why? Because we got no laws guiding us. I want you to go back to that Baruch 4 verse 1.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever.
The law was supposed to be here forever. So you got moral laws. One of the moral laws is you weren't supposed to sleep with your brother's woman. You weren't supposed to commit adultery. And I'm talking about that one because you know why? We take pride in that in the hood. We take pride in sleeping with another man's woman. You filthy, that's nasty. Because you got another man's woman, you proud about yourself. That's against the commandments of God. That's a moral law.
Right.
Then you got civil laws. You know what the civil laws are? That you don't supposed to charge a man for water and air and land.
Right.
But you think America gives a damn about that? No. America and neither any country through the world abide by the laws of God. What I did, verse 5. So the Most High is showing us the law was supposed to endure forever. You got moral laws, you got civil laws, then you got dietary laws. You hear us talk about this a lot. You got dietary laws that you don't keep. And that's why you got high blood pressure, diabetes, gout. What else? What else? Yeah, STDs. What else? You got all these diseases that are caused by foods because you don't keep the commandments of the scriptures. And you want to know why you're dying at a young age. Because in every way, you have disobeyed the commandments of God. It said it was supposed to bring us to life.
Right.
Go ahead, read on in Peru.
All they that keep it, it shall come to life. But such as leave it shall die.
And that's why we're dead. We are dead as a nation. You're dead. To think you're a Hispanic, don't you know the conquistadors conquered you? The Spaniards, white people, conquered you. You come over here and try to act like you're not a Spanish-speaking nigga, and they remind you, don't they? They remind your ass when they pull you out the car.
That's right.
They say you just like the niggas. You just a Spanish-speaking one.
That's right.
Because you're the chosen people of God. All you tribes, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Dominicans, Panamanians, Puerto Ricans. You're the children of God.
Right.
You're not the Gentiles. You go to church, they tell you you're Gentiles. That's a damn lie. Your history goes back to the men of the Bible. Where you at? Read that.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws.
And that's why the whole earth is defiled. Because they transgressed the laws of God. They transgressed the Bible. And they use and set up their own laws. And that's why you got all these kingdoms throughout the earth. They're coming down one by one. Not just America. America's the beast. America's the whore that everybody partakes in. Read on, read.
They changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant.
America has changed the ordinance of God. And they set up their own laws. God is against homosexuality. And guess what? America loves it, sets it up, right?
Right. That's right.
Now you can cut your penis off, turn it inside out, and call your name Susie.
Thank you.
You were Jim at once, but now you can cut your penis off and sew it inside out. That's what America opposed. That's against the commandments of God. The Bible says pork is bad for you. America says what? Pork is the other white meat. It's good for you too, right? The Bible tells you to celebrate the Passover. You celebrate Christmas. Where the hell is Christmas in the Bible? Where's Christmas in the Bible? Somebody show us, please. If you show us where Christmas is in the Bible, we'll burn everything right here like a bonfire. It's not there. And your pastor is teaching lies if he's teaching you to celebrate these things.
That's right.
Read, where you at?
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Right. So they've broken every lasting covenant that God has set up. Where do you think this earth is going to go? It's going to hell in a handbasket. Because they transgress everything that God set up. The so-called Jews love usury. You buy a car, and they charging you all this great percentage, and you'll be paying that car till Christ come back, or you're dead. That's against the laws of God. Usury is against the laws of God. They throw out all these millions of food, these restaurants, and we got all these poor people, homeless, here in America, the so-called greatest country on earth, right? You got all these poor people on the streets and homeless, and America throws out tons and millions of food. But America cares, right? They pump that in your head when they want you to go war for them. Then you go to war for them, and what happens? You come over here with one nub, and they shit on you and make you stand on the corners to beg for money, because America don't give a damn about no people, because it's a wicked kingdom. Read where you at.
2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 20. But there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of God that is set before them.
And that's why the Most High is showing us. He's showing us, because you disobey the commandments of God, not only will you die here in this kingdom, but you're going to be destroyed in the next. This is what the Most High is saying, man. The Most High is trying to wake you so-called Negroes, Mexicans, Haitians, and Dominicans, and Puerto Ricans. He's trying to wake you up to who you are and bring you back to life. The life is in the laws. The life is in the structure that the scriptures have set up, and the commandments. That's what's going to keep us right. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 3. Therefore the showers have been withholden, therefore the showers have been withholden, and there has been no latter rain.
Why? Why have your blessings been withholden? Read.
And thou hadst a whorish forehead.
It says that your blessings have not came because you've been stubborn to the laws. You've been stubborn to the commandments of the Most High. You've been stubborn to righteousness. You rather run around having your kids learn how to twerk on YouTube because the churches tell you Jesus loves everybody. If Jesus loves everybody, why is there going to be a judgment day, you knucklehead?
That's right.
The churches will tell you any damn thing. So you can keep being a faggot and a transvestite and a drug dealer and a damn cokehead. They're leading you to death. If there's no judgment, if there's no punishment, then why is there a judgment day? We got to wake up, man. There's certain things that should be common sense at this level. I mean, even if you go to church, there should be some basic common damn sense. There's a judgment day. I know they teach about that in religion. Well, why is there a judgment day if I don't got to follow any rules? Man, this is what religion has done to us, man. It's confused us. Go to Daniel 7 verse 9 real quick. 9 and 7. This is why we out here, man. Because you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, and Mexicans, you're known as the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And you are literally lost. We're lost from our spirituality. We're lost from our identity and who we are. Life isn't about money and a car and a woman. Life is much more than that. And when you know what's wrong with our people? You don't realize that until you put out your car. Then you want to get spiritual. You want to pray to God when you're getting your ass whooped by the white man. Read that. Where you at?
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces.
It says unto the blacks and Hispanics in America, confusion of faces. Why? Because you're lost. You're lost to your true identity. You're not Mexican. You're not Puerto Rican. You're not these things. You're not these people. You are the people of the Bible. Your identity goes back to ancient kings and queens of the scriptures. Righteous men. Jesus Christ. But I bet you religion won't tell you that. Because if they tell you that you go back to Christ, then they got to tell you what? Christ was a black man. And they don't want to tell you that Christ looked like you blacks and Hispanics. He was dark-skinned. They don't want to tell you that. Why? Because they won't let their Jesus be a nigga. See? And we're going to let the next priest come up and edify, but I want to get a few more first before we go into that. Go to Matthew 18 and 11. He said, confusion of faces to you so-called Negroes, Mexicans, Haitians, Dominicans. You got it? Read.
Matthew chapter 18 verse 11. For the Son of Man is come to save that which is lost.
It said Christ came to save that which is lost. He came to save that which is lost. Do you understand that? You are the lost people. You are the ones walking around calling yourselves by a color, by a landmass that was stolen and then named by you. Or you were named by that. America is a landmass. We're not American. We're not American. We were actually named after a person. Israel. Our forefather. Jacob. See? But you know what? You over here calling yourself American, Latino, Latin. How the hell are you going to call yourself Latin when the Latinos conquered you? You're none of these things, man. You're the chosen people of Israel. You're the chosen people of God. Read that again.
Matthew chapter 18 verse 11. For the Son of Man is come to save that which was lost.
Right. Read where you're at.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
He said he's coming for you confused people. You blacks and Hispanics. What the hell's a black? My child knows we're brown skinned. Why the hell we call blacks? Because when you were conquered by the English, they called you nasty, ugly, filthy, dirty, and gloomy. And then you so-called Mexicans and Puerto Ricans, when you were conquered by the Spaniards, you were called after your land. That's not your nationality. I know some of you Uncle Tom niggas and you Uncle Tom Latinos, you don't want to hear that, huh? You don't want to hear that your people go back to dark-skinned people. The Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas, the Toltecs, the Olmecs, these were black people, man. Dark-skinned. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being light-skinned, but your people go back to a dark-skinned people. They taught you how to hate your own people. If you go back to Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, those people are dark-skinned. Y'all people come over here to America and they get bougie. Yeah, I'm not Mexican. I'm Latino. Shut the hell up. You're ignorant as hell. Your people go back to an ancient people. Read it again.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
And we're lost. We're confused. We're destroyed for lack of knowledge. We want to be Baptists. We want to be Pentecostal. You want to be Democrats and Republicans. But you don't want to be the people of God. You don't want to be the kings and priests that you were chosen to be. Why? Because the white man told you the Bible is something else. The Bible is a religious book. We're supposed to open it up and dance and sing. Nah, man, they taught you lies. Right. The church taught you lies. Your pastor taught you lies. That's why he's having sex with your congregation. That's why he's living it up in a damn jet and we're in the ghettos and slums.
Right.
You don't get it? The white man has made money out of everything. Christmas Day, first of all, Christmas is not a day that Christ was born on. But you think they give a damn about that anyway? If there was a day, you think they would really care? What's the day before, was it Thanksgiving, Black Friday? They worry about those days where they can get the most money out of you. That's what they did with this so-called Christmas. It's not the day that Christ was born, but guess what? If it was, it will be a defilement. Why? Because all it's about is money. Right? Matthew 18:11, Matthew 54, where you at now? Go to Matthew 10, verse 5 and 6.
Matthew chapter 10.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Christ sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles.
And that's where we're at. We out here, we're not speaking to the Gentiles now. You know why? Because the sons of God need to be woken up first. The children of Israel, you need to be woken up first. Go to Romans 8 verse 6, was it 18? You, the children of God, need to be awakened. And there is awakening happening through the four corners of the earth. The blacks and Hispanics are waking up to your true identity. That you're not Negroes and Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. Come on. Testing. Right, so let's move on. Read that, Romans 8 verse 16. Read.
Romans chapter 8.
Yeah, no, for the earnest expectation. Read that.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God.
So everybody's waiting on you. So-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Panamanians. Every nation, the world is waiting on the sons of God to awaken. Because you're the ones that's going to get the earth back together. And we know some of you don't care. We know a majority of you don't care. But you know who we're talking to? The chosen. The chosen are going to listen and want to come out of the ghettos and the slums. The chosen are going to want to listen and wake their children up, not to run around in the hood with spandex on at 12 years old and show their backside and their ass. That's what the chosen are going to want. See, go to Romans 11 and 7. Hold that where you at.
Go to chapter 11 and verse 7.
Read Romans 11 and 7. Read.
What then? Israel has not obtained which he seeketh for. But the election hath obtained it.
See? All Israel, all you children of Israel, you blacks and Hispanics, you're looking, you're searching for freedom, but guess what? You haven't attained it. Why? Because you're not searching for it in the right way. You think it's going to come through a damn job. You think it's going to come through selling your asshole to the white man, bending over for him and selling your soul out. That's not the way it's going to come.
Right.
The way you're going to be free is through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of these laws, statutes, and commandments. No other way are you going to get freedom. We read it all the time, right? Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free, right? But guess what? You're not and never going to be free till you come to the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. So read that one more time.
Romans chapter 11 and verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for.
Go ahead.
But the election hath obtained it.
So we're not out here for everybody. We know a lot of you blacks and Hispanics like being slaves. You like working 7 jobs to come home and drink a damn beer, get up, go to sleep to get to another job. You like not being there with your children to raise them. Well, we don't like it. We don't even like it for you, even though you're ignorant as hell. We hate to see our people hurting. For the hurt of the daughter of our people are we hurt. We're hurting because our people in the ghettos and the slums being shot down and murdered. But what does it help to hurt when you're part of the problem? So we got to start being the solution. And the solution is getting your ass off, getting yourself up, and working. And just as much you do as you do for the white man, do that for Christ. Learn, read this Bible, and you will understand your true nationality, your true identity. If you search the scriptures, he says, in them ye think ye have eternal life. It's not just Sunday. You get down and you pray to Dios. You're supposed to do this every day of your life and teach them to your children. See? So go back where we left off at. Go to Matthew 10, verse 5 and 6.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
I bet you they won't read this one in church. Jesus Christ just said, don't go to the Gentiles. So why does nationality matter? Because you children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Mexicans, and Puerto Ricans that have been told you're those names, you're the chosen people. We got to wake you up first. We got to wake you up to the laws and righteousness and holiness. That's what the whole earth is waiting on. So why does it matter that Christ looked like you? Because you were taught that Christ looked like everybody Caucasian. The angels is right. God is right. The angels are white little babies. That's madness. The Bible tells you the angels sparkle like into color of polished brass. The angels were brown. The angels were dark skinned. I bet you they ain't going to tell you that in church. When you bring that scripture out there, oh, color doesn't matter. Why? Because now it's teaching that it looked like you black and Hispanic. What you doing, huh? Test it. What is it closing? Oh, that's so hot. You guys got it plugged in there? You got the things on there, right? This is the problem, man. Well, we're not being taught these things in the churches to know that the Bible is your history book. The Bible is your history book. See? And that's why we're trying to wake our people up. It's not a religious artifact. This is the history of a people, you, so-called Negroes and Mexicans and Puerto Ricans, that have disobeyed the commandments of God, and God punished us. And now all the other nations are over us laughing. But little did you know, if you come back to righteousness, the earth is waiting on you. See, and this is why we out here. This is why we out here. Go to John 8:32, and Priest Ariah is going to further edify you why it's important that you understand that the people of the Bible look like you.
Give me St. John chapter 8 and verse 32.
St. John chapter 8 verse 32. And ye shall know the truth.
So it's your sworn job to know the truth. Christ isn't suggesting that you know the truth. He is commanding you to know the truth. And what's the truth supposed to make you do?
And the truth shall make you free.
What are you going to be freed from? You're going to be freed from these lies and these propagandas that everybody's teaching, that everybody's broadcasting on the television. You're going to be free from the lie that you're just not another nigga, that you're not another spick, that you're not another spook, that you actually have power, that you actually come from a royal lineage.
Right.
You're supposed to know these things, and this thing is supposed to make you free in your mind. Why? Because from the beginning of time, the Most High, give me Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Because at the beginning of time, we were supposed to be on this high pedestal, but our disobedience brought us low. Our wanting to be like the other nations, our wanting to be a nigga, our wanting to be a spook brought us into this low estate. We cursed ourselves. We turned our back on the Most High. We turned our back on our true power. We turned our back on our true connection to life. We turned our back on rulership. We turned our back on the throne, on being the kings and the rulers of this world. Where are we at? Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly.
So before we were even formed in the belly, before we got excreted out of our father, the Most High did what?
I knew thee.
The Most High already knew who we were. He already knew who we were supposed to be. He already knew the potential and the rulership that we were supposed to hold on to. Read.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee.
He what?
I sanctified thee.
The Most High, He sanctified us. That means to sanctify means to wash, cleanse, and set apart. The Most High, before we were formed, He set, cleansed, and washed us apart. Away from this filthy, wicked world. He washed and cleansed and set us apart from being a hoe shaker, a streetwalker, a nigga, a spick, a spook, an Uncle Tom, a sellout, a crab in a barrel. The Most High, He set us apart from these characteristics. And what did He do?
And I ordained thee.
He ordered us. We weren't supposed to be some entertainers. We weren't supposed to be the world's great ass shakers. We weren't supposed to be the ones who just run down the court and put a round object into another round object like a child. We weren't supposed to be getting paid millions quoting nursery rhymes. The Most High, He had an order for us from the beginning. And what was that order?
And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
We were supposed to be a what?
A prophet unto the nations.
We were supposed to be a prophet unto the nations. They were supposed to be looking at us as the example of what to follow. They're not supposed to be looking at us this is what the nations do. Give me Lamentations 2 and 14. They were supposed to be looking at us as an example of what to follow. We were supposed to be the inspiration and the aspirations of what to be. They were supposed to say, surely this is a wise and understanding people. Why? Because we were kings and priests. We were a royal priesthood that followed the law, statutes, and commandments. But instead, everywhere we go, what is everybody talking about? How disgusted they are, how tight they clench their purses and they look at us. In disgust, in filth. They laugh every time we come into a room. They hiss, they wag their heads. This is what we've degraded ourselves to be. Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 2 verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee.
They what?
They clap their hands at thee.
They clap their hands at us. They're not applauding us when we walk into a room. They're clapping their hands in disgust. Oh, here go Wanda. Here go Becky. Here go this nigga. Here go Jose. Here go Jesus again. Here go these people again. It says they clap their hands at us. Go ahead. They hiss. They hiss. They make that. They suck their teeth. They hear this nigga go again. Here go Brad. Here go Chad. Here go Andre. Here go Drake. Here go Tyrone. Ladarian. Here go this nigga again. Read.
At the daughters of Jerusalem.
They hiss and they wag their heads at the daughters of Jerusalem. Read.
Saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
They ask themselves, is this the perfection of beauty? Is this supposed to be the Most High's chosen people? This little streetwalker that got all parts of her orifices sticking out of her spandex, that's supposed to be the beauty and the perfection of the Most High's people? I'm supposed to be following that example? This 10-year-old that got spandex on, that got her butt cheeks sticking out, that's supposed to be the example of what to follow? This is what people are thinking when they see us. Give me St. John chapter 17 and verse 17.
St. John chapter 17, verse 17. Sanctify them through thy truth.
We're supposed to be sanctified. We're supposed to be washed, cleansed, and set apart through the truth. You so-called Hebrew, you so-called Mexican man, black man, West Indian man, Puerto Rican man, you're supposed to be washed, cleansed, and set apart. You the Haitian man, you the one who's working 9 to 5, from 6 to 10, from 10 to like 12 in the morning. You are supposed to be the ones sanctified, washed, cleansed, and set apart. Read.
Thy word is truth.
This word is supposed to be the truth that cleanses us. It sets us apart from this wicked, filthy world.
Right.
The truth about what? The truth about that you are somebody important. Just like the apostles, just like Christ. Matter of fact, we're going to go to that, and I'm going to show you the men of Christ, the men of color of the Bible. Give me Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2. Because we are here to show you, so-called black man, so-called Puerto Rican man, West Indian, Haitian, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Mexican man, that you are of importance, that you actually have a future. You have something to look forward to. The elect who want to follow this word, who wants the truth, you have something to look forward to. You have a kingdom that's waiting for you. All you have to do is lock into what the Bible is saying. Forget what you've been lied about. Forget what your mama taught you, your grandma taught you, your pastors teach you, and lock into what this scripture says.
Right.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So the true Jews are in the state of what?
Judah mourneth.
The true Jews are in the state of mourning. Everywhere up and down the street corners, up under the highways, under the bridges, you see the true Jews are in a state of mourning. Under the bridge, standing at the corners begging for change. At the gas station, always the ones, majority in the jail cells. Right. The true Jews, they're in the state of mourning. We're getting beat down. We're the first ones fired, last ones hired, every single job. You got our people working, lined out here out of Home Depot, Lowe's, every Monday through Sunday, waiting for some work. The true Jews, they're in a state of mourning. Go ahead.
They are black unto the ground.
They are what?
Black unto the ground.
So the true Jews, from head to toe, they are black unto the ground. This is giving you a color of what they look like. But read it from the top again.
Judah mourneth.
So the true Jews are in mourning. Why are we in mourning? Because we don't have an example of what to follow. We got this false pretense of what they say in the Bible, but then nobody actually studies and reads it to understand what is in the Bible. Right. They go off of hearsay. They go off of what mama said, what Nene said, what grandmama said, what Pastor so-and-so said, what Treflo Dollar, TD Snakes. But nobody actually sits down and picks up a book. Give me Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 14. The true Jews are in the state of mourning because we don't have any role models to look up to. What, you thought Michael Jordan was a role model? He said, screw you, pay me. What, we thought Obama was going to be the change? He did his 8-year term and he's out. He got his money.
Changed the homosexual law.
He changed the homosexual law. Change did come. Oh, you know what? The change did come. More black people died during his term than everybody else. More blacks and Hispanics got shot on a daily scale by the cops when he got into office. Change did come. More faggots, more lesbians walking down. More bull dykes walking down. They got more rights. The don't ask, don't tell. That came in, that change did come. Some transsexual could walk into the bathroom and you with my child, and I can't do nothing about it. Change did come. This is why the true Jews are in a mourning. This is why the true Jews are shaking. They're in a dirty, dusty position. Where are we at?
Lamentations chapter 5 verse 14. The elders have ceased from the gate.
The elders have ceased from the gates. The elders was the gates is where the place where we used to go, and the young men used to get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to guide their households. That's where these young men used to go. But it says the elders have ceased from the gates. We don't have anybody to look up to. We got what? Pimpin' Al Sharpton with his hair slicked back in a robe and an ascot, looking like a dark version of Hugh Hefner to look out forward to. You got Jesse Jackson that's going to tell you to quit your job. Let's do the Million Man March. Let's walk all the way down to Washington, demand reparation, 40 acres and a mule. And then what? We get fired from our job and we ain't got spit else to look forward to now. We're back in Section 8. We got what? Louis Farrakhan? Who is he? Damn near dead and gone. He ain't do nothing. What do we have? Gandhi? Gandhi didn't do nothing. He got shot in public. Ain't nobody come to his rescue. Elijah Muhammad, what did he do? Besides try to covet and copy the original laws that were meant for people that's not him. So the elders have ceased from the gates. We don't have anybody to look up to. Where are we at?
Isaiah chapter 9 verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
So the people that we so-called look up to, the Oprah Winfreys, the Michael Jordans, the 50 Cents, because he wants to create the 50 laws of power or whatever. These people, they cause us to err. How? They cause us to err not knowing the scriptures. They cause us to err about straying away from what we're supposed to be. They cause us to err about taking us away out of our true power, out of our true godhood. Read it.
And they that are led of them are destroyed.
And those people who lead us and the people who lead them, they're destroyed. Destroyed. Why? Because the knowledge of this world is foolishness with the Most High. The knowledge of this world is stupidity. This is, you can't count. Give me a, what you got? Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 3 verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
So nowadays, what do we have? We have stupid, mindless, arrogant, some fucking idiots guiding us around. We live in an era when a child of 16 years of age could get emancipated, divorce his parents, the people that brought him into the world, and he can tell you what to do. He's his own person. She's her own person. What kind? Children are our oppressors. Now I watch the Mexican man and the Mexican woman in the malls, in the stores. They're leading the parents around every day, telling them what they want, what they need to buy, what they should buy this, buy that. During Christmas, they tell them, "Give me this, give me that." No, it was never about love. It was about give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. That's why children are oppressors. Go ahead.
And women rule over them.
And now you got the woman, you got your beautiful, you're supposed to be wife, right? Walking 10 feet ahead of you, wearing something skimpy to a Walmart, wearing something skimpy to Kroger's, and she's trying to get all the looks. She's trying to get all the thumbs up.
Like that little whore Kim Kardashian. She walking around with the black man, right, with her breast out. But that's what, you know where that comes from? That comes from Rihanna. That comes from another black woman walking around with her titties out. And this is the representation of the black woman. And our little young sisters see this. Mama's doing it. She's nasty as hell. Got cheese running down her legs. And she's walking around She's walking around butt-ass naked. This is the filth that America, rappers and all these R&B hoes have taught us. That's why the law, statutes, and commandments, man, we gotta have some true higher guidance. And their higher guidance ain't damn money. You can get shot in your damn face at any time. You think your money's gonna save you? No. Come on.
Go ahead. Give me Jeremiah chapter 8 and verse 21. Jeremiah chapter 8 and verse 21. We're talking to you, you so-called black man, Puerto Rican man, West Indian man, Haitian man, Dominican man, Mexican man. We're out here to show you, you're a Hebrew Israelite. Hebrew is the language, your original language. Not como está usted, muy bien. Not what's up, my nigga. No, Hebrew was your actual language. You are actually somebody. But because due to your stiff-headedness, your whorish forehead, now you don't know who you are. Now you believe some dog language, some American mutt language is your actual language. You believe black. Oh, you say it loud too. I'm black and I'm proud. You stupid as hell. Where the hell is black on the map? Where is black? What country, what language do they speak in black? They don't speak a damn language. Why? Because black is a color. A 4-year-old knows that. Where are we at?
Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 21. For the hurt of my daughter, of my people, am I hurt.
We walk around every day hurt. Why? Because the daughters of Zion are hurt. We whore our women out. And then we want to talk mess about it because we're the one who perpetuate the image. You got this singer Omarion. He's talking about, I want a righteous woman. I want a woman that's not loudmouth, that's not boisterous, that's quiet, that's meek, and that's humble. But then when you watch his video, what is he portraying? He's portraying hoes. That's why the hurt of my people, I'm hurt. You understand? Give me Isaiah. Give me Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 22.
Isaiah chapter 29 verse 22. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not know that shall not be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale.
So he's showing you already right now out of the Bible that the true Hebrew Israelites will never what?
Wax pale.
They're never what?
Wax pale.
That means if you're dark-skinned, guess what? You will never wax pale. The Most High spoken out of his own mouth. Let's find out some more men of color in the Bible. Give me Job chapter 30 and verse 30. Job chapter 30 and verse 30. Because everybody want to talk about this falsehood that's going on the internet that Job was a white man. No, Job wasn't a white man. Job looked like you. Job looked like me. He was a man of color. Go ahead. Where we at? Job chapter 30 and verse 30. It's before Psalms. Job chapter 30 and verse 30.
Job chapter 30 verse 30. My skin is black upon me.
Job said he was what?
My skin is black upon me.
What color is Job?
Black.
Job was a black man. Job was a dark-skinned individual. Just like you. Just like me. Just like Christ. Just like the black man. Just like the dark Dominican man walking around today.
That's right.
Job was a man of color. Let's find out some more men of color. You understand? Let's go to give me Acts chapter 13 and verse 1. Let's find out what color the apostles were. Because everybody's got this fake image in their head about the picture that's up in the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican. And they think, oh yeah, the apostles look like Christ. And Christ was white, the apostles were white, Paul was white, Peter was white. But let's see what the Bible says. The Bible, the book that sits on top of your mantle that got the dust on it, that you need to crack open. That's still probably in the plastic. Go ahead, read that.
Acts chapter 13 verse 1. Now there were in the church that was Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger.
They were called what?
Niger.
So the men, the apostles, they looked at him and they called him a what?
Niger.
Spell that word out for me.
N-I-G-E-R.
1 G shy of a nigger. That's what you call it today. You call him a nigger. They understood it back then. They called him a nigger. That's the definition of Niger is just black. You can read that in your Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary, page 578. So we understand that the apostles were black. What color was Paul? Let's go ahead and find out what Paul was. Give me Acts chapter 21 verse 37. Acts chapter 21 verse 37. So we already killed that lie, that Job, he was a dark individual. The true Jews that says they will never wax pale. Let's find out what Paul, everybody loves to talk about Paul, right? Let's find out what Paul's nationality was and what color he was. Acts chapter 21 verse 37.
Acts chapter 21 verse 37. And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Are not that thou that Egyptian which before these days madest an uproar?
So they thought this Greek man, this Greek speaking man, this Grecian, he thought Paul was an Egyptian, right? But he wasn't. Go ahead.
Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Art not thou that Egyptian, which before these days made an uproar, and leadest out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers? But Paul said unto him, I am a man who am a Jew.
He's a what?
I am a man who am a Jew.
Paul said, no, I am no Egyptian. I am a man who is a Jew. He looked like you. He looked like me. Let's find out his pedigree. Let's find out what tribe he was from. Give me Romans chapter 11 and verse 1. Romans chapter 11 and verse 1. Because we got this man who thought Paul was an Egyptian, which is in Africa. So he was dark-skinned. That already killed the lie that he wasn't white. But let's further find out what he was.
Romans 11 verse 1. I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid.
So the Most High, he's never cast away his people. You still got hope, you so-called black man, Puerto Rican man, Mexican man. You still got hope. You need to change your wicked ways. Open up this Bible, read what it says, get understanding. Read.
For I also am an Israelite.
Paul saying he is a what?
I am an Israelite.
He is a what?
I am an Israelite.
Paul is an Israelite, just like you, just like me. Read.
Of the seed of Abraham.
Of the seed of Abraham. He's giving you his pedigree. He's giving you his lineage. Go ahead.
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
He is known to be from the tribe of Benjamin. So today, he would be known as a West Indian man. He would be known as a West Indian man. Let's further find out. Let's find out what Christ looked like. Let's find out what Christ looked like. Give me Revelation chapter 1.
Revelations 1 verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Now this is the revealing of Jesus Christ. Paul the Revelator is about to reveal to you what he's seen. What John the Revelator seen. Read.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass.
And who are his servants? Give me Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 3. Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 3. Because he's supposed to reveal this unto the Most High servants. But who are the Most High servants? Who are his people? Go ahead.
Isaiah 49 and 3. And he said unto me, Thou art my servant, O Israel.
Thou art my servant, O who?
Thou art my servant, O Israel.
So John the Revelator is going to reveal this unto his servants who are Israel. Go ahead.
Revelations 1 and 1. And the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John.
So John put this in a book, and then he wrote everything he seen in the dream down, and the angel gave it his stamp of approval. Jump down to verse 13.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks.
The 7 candlesticks represent the 7 churches that are scattered throughout Asia Minor. Read.
One like unto the Son of Man.
The Son of Man we know to be Christ. Go ahead.
And clothed with a garment down to the foot.
He was clothed with a Middle Eastern garment down to the foot. He had an Israelite garment that went down to the foot. Right? He didn't have this so-called toga sash that you see in this picture, right? Go ahead.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
He had a girdle is something we wore to protect our midsection in battle, in war, right? But Christ had a gold one. Go ahead.
And his head and his hairs were white like wool.
So right here, it said his head and his hairs. Hold that sign up. Hold that fake Jesus sign up. That one right there in your left hand. It said his head and his hairs were white like wool. Strike one. Strike two. You already got 2 strikes against this fake image. This Matthew McConaughey reject. You know who this is? This is Caesar Borgia. His dad was Pope Alexander VI. He was a homosexual. He was a rapist. He was a murderer. He committed incest. He was a child molester. That is not your Christ. It said Christ had hair like wool. He had white, woolly, textured hair. Go ahead. I'm going to show you where this image comes from. Go ahead.
First Maccabees 3 verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So the heathen, they opened up our books. They took our images and they colored over them. They painted it in their likeness. Christ had white and woolly. Read that verse again.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So he had coarse hair. He had textured hair. Today that would be known as what? Nappy hair. Christ had nappy hair like wool, like you, like me. He had a head full of white hairs. Go ahead.
As white as snow. And his eyes was a flame of fire.
And his eyes were as the flame of fire. Because his eyes were red for the indignation that was going on to his people. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Brass is a derivative of brown. So it said his feet were as fine brass. Go ahead.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if it what?
Burned in a furnace.
Spell burn for me.
B-U-R-N-E-D.
Spell the last 2 letters.
E-D.
So it's past tense. So it was in the fire, and then he pulled it out. When you stick anything into the fire and you pull it out, it automatically turns black. I don't care whether it's paper. I don't care if it's white paper. I don't care if it's a penny. I don't care if it's a quarter, dime, nickel. Whatever you put in a furnace and you pull it out, it is black. So if that's the color of his feet, that would be the same color of his arms, of his head, of his legs, all that same color. And with that, was that it?
That was it.
And with that, we're going to let the next reader come up and edify. The next teacher.
Shalom, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Colombians, Cubans, you people of South American descent, you Native Americans. We're here to teach you who you are according to the Bible, because we've been conquered by our enemies and given names that are not us. How can you be a black man? Black is a color. How can you be an African American man? Africa is a continent. America is a continent. How can you be 2 different continents? Who are you? Hispanic man. You got conquered by the conquistadors, and now you speak Spanish. You got conquered by the Spaniards, and now you speak Spanish. But who were you? Who were you before you got conquered? What language were you speaking before you were conquered? And that's what we're out here to do. To show you in the Bible, not through word of mouth, but to show you in the Bible who you are according to the scriptures. Let's start with Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. We're going to see who Moses led out of Egypt. We're going to see who those slaves were that built those pyramids in Egypt. We're going to see who Moses led through the ocean when it was parted. Let's see if it was those Caucasians that they show us in every single movie. Let's see if it is indeed those Caucasians and who they lead in every single movie. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel, not the whole world. Now, the Israelites today, according to what you've been told, are those people living in Israel right now, those Jewish people. But that's not the case. The Israelites today are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are the true biblical Israelites, not those people living in Israel right now claiming to be you.
Right.
Those people are not the chosen.
Right.
Those people have nothing to do with God.
Right.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. Those people have nothing to do with God, man.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and thy tribulation and poverty.
God is saying he knows our works, our tribulation, and our poverty. He knows how hard we work, man. He knows the true Jews. He knows how hard the true Jews work. He knows how we work in these minimum wage jobs. He knows how we were the slaves that built this kingdom. He knows how we work every day.
That's right.
For minimum wage and have nothing to show for it.
That's right.
He knows our works. He knows our tribulation, man. He knows what we go through on a day-to-day basis. He knows how we're treated by these people, by these other nations, by these other races. He knows how they treat us. He knows our tribulation, man. He knows how 90% of the jail population is black and Hispanic men. He knows. And he knows how we're in poverty. He knows how we're poor. The majority of South America is a third world continent. The West Indies is a third world place. And if you're a black or Hispanic man living in America, the richest country in the world, America. If you're a black and Hispanic man living in this country, you're living in the ghettos and the slums. You're the majority living in the ghettos and the slums. You're the majority that can't pay for your car note. You don't own nothing. You rent. You rent. You don't own anything, man. You own nothing. Read that from the top. Ask yourselves, is the Jewish man that owns Hollywood, the Jewish man that owns the media, the Jewish man that owns the banks, damn near everything in America, the Jewish man that owns the NFL, the MLB, the NBA, FIFA, that owns the majority of these teams, man, that own the majority of these large corporations. Is he poor? Is he going through tribulation? Is he working hard? Or is he the CEO not doing anything? Read that from the top.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and thy tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
The Most High is saying to the black man, the Hispanic man, the Native American man, he knows how hard we work, man. He knows the tribulations that we catch on a day-to-day basis, man. He knows how poor we are, how we live in the ghettos and the slums. But he says, don't worry about all that. You're rich. You're rich. How are you rich? Because the keys to heaven is in your hand, man. Christ died for your sakes. Heaven is meant for you. The whole world was made for your sakes. Ask yourself if you're not rich. Look how you're built physically. Look how everybody wants to be you. Everybody wants to dress like you, act like you, talk like you, dance like you. If you're not involved in something, nobody cares about it. We don't play golf, so guess what? Nobody gives a damn about golf. Nobody watches that. Simple as that. You take the Hispanic man away from baseball, boxing, soccer. Ain't nobody watching that. Nobody's about to watch that. Take the black man away from football, basketball. Ain't nobody finna watch that. Nobody's about to watch that. You're the blessed. You're the rich one on this earth, man. You're the one that don't gotta go lay in the sun to get a tan. You're the one that can actually go in the sun and not die.
That's right.
You're the one that's physically gifted.
That's right.
You're the one that's naturally beautiful. That everybody else is getting surgeries to look like you. Even though you're in the ghettos and the slums, every other race comes to you. They want to be around you. Because you're the fun one. You're the one with the swag. Keep reading.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and thy tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
The Most High says he knows the blasphemy, man, of them that say they're Jews and they're not. Imagine if black people said, you know what, I'm not going to be black no more, I'm going to be a Chinese. And we totally act like Chinese people. And we treat the Chinese people like they're nothing. We take over their land, their language, everything. How do the Chinese people feel? But that happened to the black and Hispanic man, and he don't give a damn. These people stole our heritage, man. They stole our land, our language, our culture, our history, everything.
Right. That's right.
Everything. That's a real, that's a blasphemy. That's crazy. That's filthy and disgusting. That's a filthy and disgusting lie.
That's right.
Especially in the Most High's eyes, man.
That's right.
Especially in the Most High's eyes. Keep reading.
But are of the synagogue of Satan.
And they are the synagogue of Satan. Those people living in Israel right now, those Jewish people, Jewish, kinda. They're not the Jews. They're the synagogue of Satan.
That's right.
They own the media, they own Hollywood, man. They own that. That's why every TV show has something gay on it now. Every show has some type of homosexuality.
That's right, brother.
Every movie, every show has some form of homosexuality. And they're usually, it's usually always a black or Hispanic man.
Yep.
And they try to make it seem like it's funny, but really it ain't. And our people so destroyed, man. We watch TV and we see two men kissing. It's funny now. We accept it. But that's how the synagogue of Satan works. They deceive you. That's how these Jewish people work, man. They deceive us. So we out here to see who's the real Jews. Because the Bible says that there is a fake Jew.
That's right.
And we're going to see who the real Jews are today. Because according to the Bible, the real Jew is in a state of poverty. He's in a state of mourning. He works hard. He's catching tribulation, man. He's going through it. But we're going to see all the curses. Jump to Deuteronomy chapter 28. We're going to start at verse 15. We're going to see all these curses that fits the real biblical Jews. And ask yourself, if those curses fit those fake Jews living in Israel right now.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It says, if you don't listen to the Most High God, all these curses gonna come upon you, man. Think about if you have children. When your children disobey you, what happens? If you're a good parent, you discipline them. If you're a good loving parent, you discipline your child because you care. And that's what happened to the black and Hispanic man. Because we were disobedient, because we did not listen to the Most High, all these curses came upon us. Amos chapter 3 verse 1. All these curses came upon us because we disobeyed the commandments of our Lord and God, man. We started listening to these pastors. We don't even read the Bible. We started listening to what the pastor says instead of actually reading to see what the Most High says. And knowing is half the battle. So because we do not know, we lose. We're already losing half the battle. But we're going to go to Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Because we're going to see why the Most High put these curses on us. Why the Most High chose to put these curses on us.
That's right, brother.
And not everybody else. Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Read that.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken. Hispanic man, Native American man, so-called black man. Listen closely to the word that the Most High has spoken against you. Let's read.
O children of Israel, against the whole family which I have brought up from the land of Egypt.
You the ones brought up from Egypt. You the ones that were set free. You was the ones that crossed through the ocean that Moses split apart. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's you. Keep reading.
Say, you only have I known.
The Most High says, you only has he known. Now, obviously, the Most High created all nations and all races. So he knows them. But he's saying to the black, Hispanic, and Native American man, you only have I known. You only have I had a relationship with. Read.
Of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
The Most High is going to punish us because the Most High has that relationship with us. That's why we're the ones that get punished. That's why we live in the ghettos and the slums. That's why we go through what we go through every day. That's why we don't own nothing. That's why we lease everything. That's why we don't own no business. That's why we can never rise. That's why we stay at the bottom.
That's right. That's right.
Read that verse again from the top. Let it sink in. If you can hear my voice right now, you're a black, Hispanic, and Native American man, and you want to know why you get punished. You want to know why you get punished by the hands of the Most High, worse than any other race. You gonna see why. The Chinese man can kill his babies and eat his babies and eat dogs and eat all manner of filth, but they don't get punished like we do. You don't see videos of police officers shooting them down. You don't see that. The Arab man can shout Allah how all he wants and blow as many people up as he wants. But you don't see them getting shot down in the streets of America.
Being called niggas.
Being called niggas. Yeah. You don't see that, man. I don't even gotta talk about the white man. Nothing happens to him. And he's the one that put a whole race of people into slavery.
That's right.
He's the one that sold a whole family into different cities, different states, into slavery.
That's right.
He's the one that did that. But the Most High don't punish him like how he punishes the black and Hispanic man. This was the Mexican man's land. This was the Mexican man's land. But the white man came, stole it from you, killed you, and told you you gotta have a visa to come back to your own land. That's crazy, man, but that's a curse. It's a curse. Read Amos chapter 3, verse 2.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You only, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, you only has the Most High had a relationship with out of all the families, out of all these races on the planet. You only has he had this relationship with. Read.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So you mess up and the Most High punishes you. When you mess up, the Most High punishes you. Just like when you have a kid and your kid messes up, you punish your kid. If the neighbor's kid messes up, you don't punish the neighbor's kid. You don't give a damn. But when your kid messes up, you punish the neighbor's kid. I mean, you punish your kid because that's your kid. You have that relationship with your kid. That's the same thing the Most High is saying to us, man. That's why we get punished.
That's right.
That's why we're the ones that get punished, man.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But knowing is half the battle, and we don't know. We don't know who we are, man. We go by what the slave master put on us. That's what we go by. So we out here to at least let you know, so you can know half the battle, so you can have the tools to defeat the spiritual warfare that we're in, man.
That's right.
So you can understand why we live in the ghettos and the slums.
That's right.
Why you grew up with no father. Why we got the gang. Why we got the gangs in our communities. Why we got the drugs in our communities. Why we got all these things. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all the commandments and statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake thee.
So it says, if you will not listen to the voice of the Lord thy God to observe all his statutes and his commandments, which your pastor tells you you don't have to listen to, that all these curses shall come upon you and destroy you. So let's see what these curses are. Verse 3. verse 3, read that.
And all these blessings shall come. Verse 16. And these curses, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
So the Most High says that you'll be cursed in the city and cursed in the field. So ask yourselves, in the city, in the inner cities, who's the ones that are cursed? Who's the majority of the drug addicts in the cities, man? The black and Hispanic man. Who's the majority of the drunkards, the junkies, the junkies? Who's the majority of the junkies in the city throughout the world? The black and the Hispanic man. Who gotta sell drugs to make it? Who really thinks in their head that, man, I gotta sell drugs just to make it? The black and the Hispanic man. It says, cursed shall you be in the city. You can't drive these streets without a police officer pulling your ass over and wanting to pull a bullet in your head.
That's right.
All because you're a black or an Hispanic man.
That's right.
He wants to check your identification just to see if you got actual documentation to live in this land. That was actually your land that they stole from you.
That's right.
And they're going to tell you, oh, you need a piece of paper to live in this land. That's like me going to my neighbor's house, taking his house and telling him, hey, bro, look, you got to have documentation to live in this house. It's my house now. That's crazy, but that's what the white man did. That's why it says, cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the world.